Avid runners know the importance of training, they know the importance of mileage and endurance, but there's one runner who knows the meaning behind the saying, it's all about timing better than anyone. This has been dubbed the duel in the sun. I know the video is kind of grainy, but really it makes so much sense just watching it. The 1982 Boston Marathon, Alberto Salazar racing against Dick Beardsley in the brutally hot weather in Boston. It was the closest finish in the history of the Boston Marathon. Dick Beardsley is here now this morning joining us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Sarah. Great to be here.
Do you get butterflies at all when you see that video again?
You know, honest to goodness, it'll be 27 years next month since we had that so-called duel in the sun at Boston. And when I see that video, I still get the hair on the back of my neck to stand up, and I keep thinking maybe this time I'm going to beat him, you know, but it hasn't turned out that way yet.
Well, you've definitely come such a long way, and you're an avid runner, as we mentioned. Your list of success just goes on and on. I mean, tell me a little bit about your story. You were here to give a motivational speech last night at Celebration Cinema. How did that go? And I mean, I'm sure you parlayed your story and told them a little bit.
No, it went great, and I was there on behalf of Gazelle Sports here in Grand Rapids and the New Balance Shoe Company, and we had a wonderful turnout last night, and I was able to get up there, and you know, I've been a motivational, inspirational speaker full-time for about 10 years now, and for me, it's I've been given this precious gift of being a storyteller, and I just kind of tell stories about my life, but it could be anybody's life, you know. We all have stories like that to share, but it's you hope that it'll uplift some people that are maybe down on their luck a little bit, and I try to explain how I dealt with things, some bad situations in my life in a positive way, and it was just a great turnout, and I just can't thank everybody enough for putting it on.
As far as some of your history, I mean, it's just, you know, I feel like you said, everyone has their own history, and there are things that you look back on and you now understand, oh, that's why that happened, so I could learn from it. What do you think were some of the most influential things that happened in your life that made you who you are?
You know, I growing up with a mom and dad, and I loved them dearly, but they were alcoholics, you know, and they loved me and my two sisters, but I saw what alcohol did to them, so I thought, boy, and I didn't want to go that route. I got involved in running because I wanted to get a date with a girl, and I went out for football. You know, well, I'm 6 foot tall, weigh 135 pounds, and I lasted less than an hour on the football squad, and I thought there's not a girl worth going through this. And so I got to running by accident. I was terrible, but I stuck with it, fell in love with the sport, and then I was fortunate to just rise from there. And then after I retired from that training at that real high level, I moved back to my dairy farm in Minnesota, and then that's when things started kind of going spiral downhill. I tried to take a shortcut one morning, and I got in a hurry, and I got wrapped up in some farm machinery and got all busted up, almost lost my leg, but I survived and got on with my life. But then I got in a bad car accident, but I survived that. Then I got hit by a truck when I was out running one day, but I survived that. Fell off a cliff, but I survived. They had numerous operations.
So you can relate to the guy that just got hit by the train and the truck.
I thought it was my long-lost brother or something there. But, it's one of those things. But then the really, tough situation I went through is I became addicted to narcotic pain medication. And I was a kid that I didn't drink, smoke, never did any illicit drug in my life. And through no fault of anybody's, I got addicted to these narcotic pain medications. And so many people over the years have said, well, Dick, it's not your fault, it's those doctors. Baloney, not one doctor forced me to take the pills, and it got to the point where because of the accidents and the surgeries, I was on this pain medication, and then some other things in my life started to happen. It got easier to take the pills instead of dealing with it the right way, and I became addicted, and my whole world revolved around getting the pills, taking the pills, and making sure I didn't get caught. And by August of 1996, I was taking a cocktail of Valium, Percocet, and Demerol, 80 to 90 pills a day.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you have your foundation. We are running out of time, so I want to mention your foundation. Tell me very quickly a little bit about that.
Our foundation, Dick Beardsley Foundation, is something my wife Jill and I started a year and a half ago. We're raising money to help people with chemical dependencies get the help that they need to get their life back. Also, it enables myself to travel around the country to speak to our young kids about leading healthy, active lifestyles, chemically free, and we want to make awareness to the general public.
Very quickly, if you have any advice you could give to someone that has never run before but wants to start.
Hey, listen, just stick to it. The first 6 weeks are the hardest part. You know, you hear about things, how great running makes you feel, but those first 6 weeks, you're going to be sore. You wonder if you're going to ever want to continue to do it, but hang in there. It'll get better, and I've been doing it for 35-plus years, and I love it as much as ever now.
It pays off.
You bet.
Thanks for being here. We really appreciate it.